I'm Derek O'Shea, and this is the Derek O'Shea Show. Guess what, guys? New CDC guidelines, so YouTube, don't ban me because I'm just reading the news. If you are fully vaccinated, you can resume activities that you did prior to the pandemic, according to the CDC. Fully vaccinated people can resume activities without wearing a mask or physically distancing, except where required by federal, state, local, tribal, or territorial laws, rules, and regulations, including local businesses and workplace guidance. So, okay. Governor Cuomo of New York will ignore the CDC guidance and ditch masks and keep its statewide mandate, claiming they will rely on the science. Except when the science tells you not to do it, then you start to wonder, is this all about science? Because welcome, my liberal friends are now saying, hey, wait a minute. I don't know if I believe the news or CDC now. What? God, what took you so long? Governor Cuomo says we're going to rely on the science, but he's not going to outline what that actually means, of course. Let's continue. Dr. Fauci says 6-month-old babies could get shots by the end of the year and warns kids will still have to wear masks. Playing with friends, despite the CDC advice, a vaccinated can ditch them. So 6-month-old, you can get the shot, but put that mask on, you stupid 6-month-old. Fully vaccinated Bill Maher tests positive for COVID-19 and is forced to cancel real-time episode for the first time, I think. Incredible stuff. I guess he's okay, though. FBI warns of prison time if you present a fake vaccination card. So, you silly gooses out there trying to get your fake vaccination cards, don't you do it. Grocery chain Kroger to continue to require customers to wear masks in stores despite the CDC guidance. Rachel Maddow says she needs to rewire her thinking on unmasked people. And that's just my final thoughts, is that here's what's going to happen. And here's what I am seeing. I'm seeing all these news outlets put out the new CDC guidelines, and some people are cheering. But 90% of the people that have loud voices, as always, on the internet are saying things like, well, how do we know if these people are vaccinated? What are some indicators we could use? Maybe put a little patch on. No. What are some ways we can know? Because how do we know? So let's just keep wearing masks until we can find out a way to know. Hashtag vaccine passport is what they desire and want. They love that. They love the Nazi stuff. They're like, we love, separating people by race. We love all that stuff. And we want you to have vaccine passports. No, we're not like the Nazis. That's the Trump administration, not the liberal leftists. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you say that? Why would you stop comparing us? It's such an obvious comparison. What do you mean, stop comparing you? Literally every post I've seen online is well, how do we know? Are we just going to just assume? Do we just assume the American people are good, upstanding citizens, that they're just going to get vaccinated? I mean, God. And all my liberal friends are saying, hey, I'm going to still wear a mask, okay? Because I'm about protecting you and me. And you're like, but you're not. Like Rachel Maddow says, at least she admits it, she's going to have to rewire her brain, a.k.a. there's something in her head that triggers her every time she sees somebody not wearing a mask, saying that guy needs or that girl needs to be wearing a mask for safety. And I'm going to yell at them. I'm going to shame them. I'm going to publicly shame them. Now they're told not to. All these people this whole year that took a whole year of shaming people, screaming at people, losing their minds, being little tattletales, telling on the government. I even saw one person on TikTok made a whole video compilation of this woman that was pretending to wear a mask and wanted to get her fired and everything. And just you spent all day making a video compilation of somebody not wearing masks in public spaces and then sent it to their employer. What kind of person are you? But these are the people that have spent all year just basking in this greatness of tattletale-ness. And now they're being set free and told all that year it's over. And now they're going to have to deal with it. So we're dealing with the mental illness of these people coming through that are going to see people without masks and start to have anxiety. And you think that we're not going to have more problems in our country because of it? You're crazy. Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu says Hamas pays and will pay a heavy price as it is not over yet, and they will not escape our strikes. Israel's laying it down right now, and they're not playing. I think they're done. And I think even a lot of Palestinians are done too. I've seen videos of these real, not American Palestinians that live in America that's like, oh my God, Israel's oppressing, blah, 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 blah. I'm talking about people that actually live there and have to deal with this every day. I think they're done with Hamas too. They're like, you know what, it's time to move on. We want to build a country. We want to have a happy life. I want to have a family. But the IDF yesterday tricked Hamas into believing the ground invasion was underway, which I thought I was tricked too. I saw that tweet by the IDF that said tanks and troops are going to the Gaza, and I was like, wow, it's getting real. World War III about to happen. Like, what is going on? But then tricked them. So all the Hamas saw that, and they were like, oh, they're going to come attack. We're going to go in the tunnels, and we're going to hide, and we're going to ambush them. But then guess what? They shot off rockets from airplanes, from the air, and killed all the people in the tunnels. God, it's so messed up, but so funny and so great at the same time. There's so many feelings, so much to deal with. And AOC bizarrely links the cause of conflict to the southern border. Yes, it's exactly the same. What are you, nuts? I really don't get how people think that she is like an eloquent, smart speaker. She's very passionate. I'll give her that. She's very passionate about her things, but that is such a silly comparison. And then she asked the squad troops on the House floor to slam Biden for saying Israel has a right to defend itself. I'm just saying there are people out there that voted this person in, and those people should not be allowed to vote ever again. God, it's unreal. House Republicans vote. This is breaking to make Elise Stefanik the new GOP conference chair, the third highest position in the House Republican leadership after overwhelmingly voting to remove Liz Cheney from position earlier this week. It's a change. It's different. She's still from New York. She's probably not as conservative as I want her to be, but whatever. Let her be. It's something different, new voice. She already came out against the socialist regime that's taking over all our land and Biden's cabinet and Biden positioned himself. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But she voted for against a lot of things Trump did. So, I mean, she's not the cleanest, but it makes sense. You know, you get all these Republicans from like California, New York. They're like moderate Republicans. They're not like staunch conservatives. It's just not. They want to be elected, people. Senator Rand Paul, Rhino. Not Rand Paul, but Senator Rand Paul went after the mainstream media for being so friendly towards Dr. Anthony Fauci and refusing to press him on issues, of course, such as why the United States National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease was funding the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Yes, that's up to Fauci, and no one says anything. It's nice to see Rand Paul has some cojones and is going after, but the media doesn't care. The media, first of all, this is what I really believe. It's not that they don't care. I just think they are too lazy to do actual homework. They rather just report on these little social media stories and to get you hyped up and excited because it gets you going. They don't want to actually dig and do journalism and do homework and learn about where we put our money and what Dr. Anthony Fauci has done all these years and what's the negative effects and why he's so celebrated and what he's actually done during COVID-19. They don't want to do that because that requires work and they just want to hire people to look good on camera. I truly believe that more than anything else. But I also believe that they, It's their prize and possession. It's like their baby. It's like little Biden. It's like Kamala. She put more black people behind bars, and yet she's like celebrated as like this freeing figure. And she has like a horrible past, but people are like, no, it's Auntie Kamala. Isn't she fun? Even on Instagram, when you try to put on like a GIF and you type in Kamala, all you get is like really positive stuff, but then you put on Trump and it's like, dictator Trump, Hitler Trump, blah, 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 blah. You're like, okay. Indoctrination of our children at its finest. Elon Musk decided to manipulate the market again, not this time for Bitcoin, but for Doge. He put out a tweet saying, working with Doge devs to improve system transaction efficiency, potentially promising, which skyrocketed Doge again. How is this legal? This is just absolutely, he's like, hey bros, I'm going to put out a tweet, so make sure to get in on Doge real quick right now. Now's the time to buy. I know it's dipping. I know it's going down, but now's the time to get in. You're going to make a fortune. Put in $1 million. I guarantee it. And then he winks, and then he goes off and says, working with Doge, we're going to start taking Doge. Doge is more efficient than Bitcoin. Blah, 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 blah. Instagram, now, I'm sure in like a month he'll be like, Bitcoin has made huge waves, and now is the efficient way to take money. And then Bitcoin will skyrocket. Instagram is now allowing users to display up to 4 pronouns on the profile. 4. Good. He, him, they, us. I don't even know 4 pronouns in my head to put on my own Instagram account. Help me. Help you. Help me. Help you. France is continuing to crack down on far leftist attempts to make the countries woke by banning the use of gender-neutral language in schools, saying that the push was a threat to the French language altogether and could push people to learn English instead. Duh. What do you think this is? It's a dismantling of the system. You have to dismantle the way people communicate to each other. That's the easiest and most effective way to do it. You start with that, and then you can start naming things and changing things however you want. People think that's such a controversial statement. Also, that doesn't add up. Of course it does. If you want to change the culture, you have to change the language. Changing the language is so much easier than just shoving new stuff down people's throats. Once you change the language, now you have words to put to your new ideology and your new way of life. It's just like in religion. You have words that mean differently than they do in like normal circumstances. You're not going to go around and saying, hey, man, would you like to break communion with me? And not talk about like a church related. You're just not going to say stuff like that. So of course, this is happening. It's just so obvious. But it's good to see France has some cojones. Now fix your country, huh? How about that? 4 people were attacked in 11 minutes at 3 different stops along the Brooklyn-bound 4 train Friday morning. Brooklyn is doing great things, and Bill de Blasio should take all the credit. Give that guy another burger. He's looking a little thin. Good. Brooklyn's like, hey, Chicago, you just hold your horses. We're on our way. Okay? We're going to be the new Chicago. We want to be the most feared city in America. Target. Oh, no. Sad story. I reported on Chrissy Teigen yesterday about her bullying tactics and then apologizing and claiming to reach out, but yet she reached out to a person she blocked. So, Chrissy Teigen's cookware company was dropped by Target. No. I didn't even know she had a cookware company. Again, who cares about Chrissy Teigen? I just don't understand why she is even in the news. Please explain to me why Chrissy Teigen is important. I get that she's just like a woke leftist liberal that we want to give a little payback to, but at the same time, who are you? And why are you important? You're like the Kardashians. I mean, at least the Kardashians have like a makeup line. I guess they can go off that now. But like, who are you? And who cares? 7 lifeguards in Los Angeles made more than $300,000 a year, including benefits, and 82 made more than $200,000 a year. I think I need to move to Los Angeles and become a lifeguard. Just gotta get the abs. I got the quads for it. My legs are great. Okay? I do squats every day, people. Legs every day. Never skip a leg day, bros. Okay? You use them to walk. Why would you not want them to be strong? Okay. So I'm always like perplexed, even in 2021, where dudes never ever do squats, and then you could just tell that like their upper body just looks like it's about to fall over. You're just, what year is it, man? Don't you know that it's all about them deadlifts and squats and cleans? God. What are we doing with our lives, people? And today in history, in 1804, white supremacists Lewis and Clark depart to explore the Northwest. Dun, dun, dun. 1804, that's not that long ago. I mean, it kind of is, but you always forget how our country is still not that old. It's just crazy. Sometimes I get in the head where America's been around for thousands of years. It's not thousands of years. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Derek O'Shea Show. Honestly, it means so much to me that you take time. You could listen to any of these other sources out here, and I'm sure you do too, but you choose to listen to me, and honestly, I'm talking to you. It means a lot to me. Seriously, it really does. Because there are great podcasters online. There are great people to listen to online. I put a lot of time and effort into this podcast, and I hope you recognize that. But it means a lot to me that you take time out of your day to watch and listen to me. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And hey, if you want to get and be a part of the week recap show where I give some thoughts and stuff, feel free to email me at DerekO'SheaShow@gmail.com, and I'll add you in the show. Or you can DM me on any social media platform, and you could be a part of the show. You can ask me anything. I really don't care. It could be a deep question, or it could be long socks or short socks. I honestly don't care. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. And as always, make a difference in someone's life today. And I'll see you on the next episode of